Morning USA. You're watching Good Morning USA with Mr. Nick. Shall we get right in? We'll break right into those headlines. Get your Java, and we'll begin here shortly. Mine's just some cheap coffee. Well, my friend, 6 more days and I'll be going on my vacation. Yeah, it'll be 5 days tomorrow. Looking forward to it. After a long, well, sort of a long stint. A long stint for me, working with Kmart. We all know what happened to them. One YouTuber famously put it, the CEO of Kmart buying Sears and rebranding themselves Sears Holdings, that was the death blow to Kmart. So just pray for all those associates who are losing jobs in many Kmart stores. 2 in a town called Traverse City, Michigan. They have both closed. The iconic one was the one in the city itself, because it was first Kresge's in the downtown area in 1958, and then about 20 years later, it moved over to another location at a mall. At the time it was the new mall, and well, anyway, they rebranded that Kmart, but that was back when Kresge's had it and run it, which they did a whole lot better than what the current CEO is. Excuse me one moment. And so we're going to dig right into these top stories and headlines of the day. A man behind famous Obama painting does one for Trump. The difference is undeniable. So we'll just go ahead and give you what I'm doing here. The past 8 months have been truly eye-opening. It has been remarkable to have a president in the Oval Office who treats America's soldiers with respect, who honors veterans, and who genuinely loves this nation. The contrast with the attitude of the former president has been remarkable. Painter John McNaughton thinks so as well, as he made clear in a new painting of President Donald Trump. Similar to one he did of former President Barack Obama, but with some major differences. McNaughton released a painting in 2010 showing Obama surrounded by all the former presidents around the White House. KSNT reported on a park bench nearby is a forgotten man whom Obama has turned his back on. Underneath Obama's foot is the United States Constitution. Slick, huh? So the piece was highly controversial, but McNaughton wanted to make the point that Obama was forgetting millions of Americans and trampling the Constitution. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think Obama had that hanging in the White House? You think he had that hanging in the White House? I don't know about you, but I don't think so. Excuse me. Man, not 10 minutes in the show, I'm already tired. So, instead of stepping on the Constitution in this painting, Trump is stepping on a snake. Get it? He's stepping on a snake. Alright, so there you go. Anyways, and it goes on to say, last year we elected President Trump. He expressed by his words and demeanor what Americans wanted, a man who was not going to bow down to Washington or other countries, a man that would not forget the forgotten men and women of this country who elected him, McNaughton explained in a video about the painting. you can watch that video here, and of course, there's no link where I'm looking, so don't know what goes on there. Here we go. You are not forgotten. New Trump painting, John McNaughton. I found a video.
My name is John McNaughton. When I decided to paint this picture, I wondered if this was taking it too far. But sometimes you have to speak forcefully, like the brushstrokes of my painting. Many Americans have felt forgotten by the establishment in Washington. I'm talking about the people who are more interested in themselves and their political careers. How many veterans have been neglected? How many of our police officers have been marginalized? How many families are suffering because of poor health care, limited opportunities, and government intrusion? Last year, we elected President Trump. He expressed by his words and demeanor what Americans wanted, a man who was not going to bow down to Washington or other countries, a man that would not forget the forgotten men and women of this country who elected him. I want a president that will crush the enemies of liberty, justice, and American prosperity. They may have power to bruise his heel, but he will have the power to crush their head.
Anyway, so that's it in a nutshell. And why do you think he's not? Why do you think President Trump is not beholden to anyone? Because he's got all the money he needs. So that being said, you can call you can call him anything you want because you think he's a billionaire and you think he doesn't care. I personally think you're full of shit. But here's the other thing. Here's a more valid point. President Trump, Donald J. Trump, is in the president's office as he is there to, I certainly believe it is a move by God to allow many more people to come to him for salvation. And we've got to realize this. Donald Trump's not a perfect person, nor is anyone on this earth. Nor is anyone on this earth a perfect person. We can't be, because that's why we're here. And that being said, he is the right man for the job at the right time at this time. He is the right man for the job at this time. Now, at another time, it may be another man that would be right for the job. That might not be till 2024, according to some. And then if some get their way, we might have some Trump member of the Trump family in office till, I don't know, 2030. So we'll jump into another article here. And we're going to go right in here. BLM puts crosshairs on Dolly Parton. Then Charlie Daniels shows up. Let's see what we got here. This ought to be good. So BLM puts crosshairs on Dolly Parton. Then Charlie Daniels shows up. A recent hit piece sought to bring down country music legend Dolly Parton and those who participate in her dinner theater review, the Dixie Stampede. But when fellow star Charlie Daniels got word of the effort, he took it down with one epic tweet. The same week that a statue of Robert E. Lee led to the death of an innocent woman in Charlottesville, Virginia, I watched him oink and squeal in a race for the fate of the country, the article on Slate began. Lead this time was a piglet, part of Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede, where excuse me, where 7 nights a week and an occasional weekend matinee, the South rises again. The piece titled "Springtime for the Confederacy" was written by Slate contributor Aisha Harris, a culture writer and Black Lives Matter sympathizer. She labeled the fun dinner theater experience as a campy show produced by a well-meaning country superstar who ignored the idea that the South is built upon the foundation of slavery. Nah, wasn't the South. It was the Democrats. Them southern Democrats there. They wanted to, they're the ones that most of them were the, they owned them, the majority of the slaves, I believe. I'll do some more research and some more homework on that one. I'm just, I'm baffled at some of this. The whole place is really remarkable as the whole piece is really remarkable as the writer went to the show twice in one evening, sitting with both the North Side and the South Side. She brought her bitter opinions to the experience and truly never gave it a chance. Put simply, she knew she was going to the show to write a hit piece and did so. Fortunately, Charlie Daniels called her on it. In a tweet about the article, Daniels wrote, "Note to activists trying to shut down Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. Dolly does more good in one day than you will in your whole misguided life." Way to go, Charlie Daniels. Note to activists trying to shut down Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede. Dolly does more good in one day than you will in your whole misguided life. That was tweeted out at 8:45 a.m., 25th of August, 2017. It was only a matter of time before others felt empowered to finally say something about this overt attack on conservative ideals. "A big man, I have never known anyone to get anywhere with stupidity," one user exclaimed, while another wrote, "Amen, Dolly works hard, works her butt off. What have these complainers done with their lives?" And by the way, patriots and supporters of President Trump, we must put America first. We must put America first. And keep in mind, when I say this, I'm not just mimicking President Trump's words. I am very late to the train, to the Trump train. I was very late. I was very late to the Trump train. Within his last 2 months of his campaign for president. So I was very late to the party. Because I was doing my own research and trying to figure things out. And well, finally, he was able to sell me what he was able to get me to buy what he was selling. So, but then this is why you've got to use your voice as patriots, American patriots, and President Trump supporters. You guys keep the voices out there, keep the pressure on. Gotta keep their backs glued to the walls. Keep the Democrats' backs glued to the walls. Their story will fall apart eventually. And by the way, I did hear something. Maybe some subscribers of mine and/or people who are in the know can tell me if President Trump's motorcade recently was in an accident. I haven't really got solid details yet. I'm trying to figure that out. But let me know in the comment section, and please, if you find something out, keep me posted, and I will try to do a report on that. So anyway, there's a couple of people that go on to tweet, and then this feeling of having to attack every single thing in our history in order to advance a one-sided agenda has become exhausting. Dolly's Dixie Stampede has been a success not just because people love Dolly Parton, but because the South has always been afforded the chance to rewrite its own history. not just through its own efforts, but through the rest of the country turning a blind eye. Harris wrote Trying to Slam the Experience. So that was Harris, and she wrote that Trying to Slam the Experience. And I agree. What she didn't realize, excuse me though, is that by these constant attacks and the targeted removal of Civil War monuments and banning of Confederate flags, that is exactly what she and other Black Lives Matter activists are seeking to do. Irony is lost on those who chose to view the United States only through their misguided lenses. Yeah, time for them to take their blinders off and see the world for what it is. To see this world for what it is. The United States, at one time, was a beacon for freedom. We must get back to that. We must get back to our roots. For many years, we've just had so many things happen in our government and such. Okay, and then so it's going to ask you to share the story on Facebook and Twitter, and to add your thoughts, leave a comment below. Like the article if you do. That is from the Conservative Tribune, and maybe we'll get it. Hopefully, we'll have time for one more here. And on Hurricane Harvey, or what was Hurricane Harvey, Melania makes 7-word promise to Harvey victims, completely humiliates Michelle. Wouldn't be too hard to humiliate her, would it? In the wake of Hurricane Harvey, Melania Trump gave a 7-word promise to the people of Texas that she won't just give them words, but action in order to alleviate the suffering faced by those who are in the hurricane's path. Words and not action, that's something we haven't seen for out of a First Lady. In a Tuesday press release from the White House's office of the First Lady, Trump offered her sympathy and support to those affected by the tragedy. The effects of Hurricane Harvey will be felt in Texas, Louisiana, and other parts of the country for many months and years to come, the statement read. So far, 1.7 million people are under orders to evacuate their homes, and as the floodwaters in Houston rise, sadly, so will the number of evacuees. And most likely, there will probably be more deaths, which is very, very sad. So please keep them in your prayers, all of Texas, Houston, and Missouri, and all those places that were just mentioned. I want to be able to offer my help and support in the most productive way possible, not through just words, but also action, she continued. What I found to be the most profound during the visit was not only the strength and resilience of the people of Texas, but the compassion and sense of community that has taken over the state. My thoughts and prayers continue to be with the people of Texas and Louisiana. Now, of course, what did the media focus on when it came to Melania's response to the hurricane? The fact that she wore heels. When is a shoe, not just a shoe, wrote Vanessa Friedman in the New York Times, when it is a pair of very high needle-thin heels worn by the First Lady of the United States on her way to the site of a natural disaster, then it becomes a symbol for what many see as the discontent between the Trump administration and reality. Oh, okay. I personally think the Trump family is very much grounded in reality. They're not stupid people, and they're very the actions I see right now, and as far as any other administration, the Trump administration is probably the most compassionate. So anyway, the media focused on her high heels. Ooh, big deal. I couldn't care less if she was wearing a pair of flip-flops. If she was in the disaster zone and she was trying to figure out ways to help them, it doesn't make any difference to me what she's got on her feet. Anyways, when is a shoe not just a shoe, wrote Vanessa Friedman in the New York Times. when it is a pair of very high-heeled thin heels worn by the First Lady of the United States on her way to the site of a natural disaster, then it becomes a symbol for what many, they see as a discontent between the Trump administration and reality. Yeah, they're full of BS. Another example of the way in which the president and his family continue to define appropriate their own way and excuse for partisan name-calling. Exactly what it is, an excuse for partisan name-calling. If you cut out everything aside from an excuse for partisan name-calling, you'd have something accurate, however. Since we're going to be partisan, let's look at the fact that Melania Trump is promising action to make this country better, as opposed to the words Michelle Obama gave us. Michelle said she would fix our nation's school lunches. She gave our children slop. She said she wanted to end division in America while talking about how after her husband was nominated for the first time in my adult life, I am proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback. Words undone by action. More words and more words, excuse me. The kind of frog stuck in my throat. Melania is promising action, and what a difference. Anyways, ask again, hit like, share, and tweet it out. Again, all those articles were coming from Conservative Tribune. How about we jump right into weather? This is going to be kind of a short one tonight, or excuse me, this morning. Where am I? Afternoon, morning, night. It's supposed to be Good Morning USA. I didn't think it was Good Night, everyone. Anyways, I am recording this a little early, as I'm trying to get it out to you for morning release. Oh. So anyway, everyone, take a minute while I'm getting the weather data here. Just take a minute and a moment of silence for the people of Texas, all of Texas, Houston, Missouri, anywhere else pertaining to that storm. And there's another storm coming off the Atlantic, and it looks like a pretty bad, a pretty doozy of a storm. And guys, let me know what you think, because some of this, people are bringing up a lot of, a very good point that some of it seems to be well manufactured. While, again, I believe, I firmly believe in the weather events and that God has full control over it. However, there could be some way where maybe our government are up to some sort of weird plans to manipulate the like the high winds or something. It's all a possibility. I don't want to get too far into what might be considered conspiracy theories, but I sure would like to see your comments and see what you have to say about it. So let's start a good conversation on it and all that jazz. So currently in the Traverse City area, around the surrounding Traverse City area, 57 degrees, feels like 57, and low 46. Currently no lightning or rain nearby. And we're going to jump right into another place here. Let's see, Eastern Shore of Maryland, Easton, Sherwood, kind of that area. Talbot County, 72 degrees, it feels like 72, low 64, and either no or very little rain on the radar for y'all out there, and I'm in Michigan. I'm giving you time, I'm having fun with you. And so you got wind at 3 mile an hour south-southwest, 7 mile an hour southwest, 4 mile an hour for average. So for Naples, Florida, we have currently 82, feels like 93, low of 77. And looks like you got some rain on the radar. Also, lightning is about 50 miles an hour, so it says here to stay alert. Again, the weather reports are coming from, the WeatherBug out of Germantown, Maryland, off of their app. Certainly hope they don't mind the plug. And if you live in or around near Claxton, Georgia, your current temp is 73. Feels like 73. Low is 70. Low is 74. Now that's interesting. I think they surpassed their low. And they have some rain on the radar. They're currently they have lightning about 49 miles away, so just stay alert if you're out there. Yeah, that's something else. We'll jump right in here to... Let's go to Grand Rapids, Michigan, just out of curiosity. 60 degrees, feels like 60, high, low of 46. Currently no rain on the radar. Looking at the radar, it looks like all of Michigan is pretty dry. Which doesn't hurt my feelings right now, because we're supposed to get some Monday. Thankfully, nothing from Harvey, from the remnants of Harvey. At least as of yet. And current closest lightning strike to Grand Rapids, Michigan is 585 miles away, so we're not going to worry about that. And let's jump right into northeastern Illinois. 57 degrees is current temp, and low 51. Your currently you have 800. You have a lightning strike 814 mile away. You don't have to worry about that either. And I'm doing this kind of very late in the evening or at night, so you guys will have a fresh new episode early in the morning. So that's not totally correct. But so for northeastern Illinois, for instance, your Friday forecast, Friday report is you're going to have a high of, oh, come on. So Friday's high is 60 in northeastern Illinois and low of 53 and sunny. And we'll be doing more of that. I'll probably give you guys more 10-day, forecasts, more 10-day reports as they get going, as the show gets going better. I want to programming note here. I might not be on a daily basis for a while, as I am going on vacation. I will be gone for a month. I will be out of my home state for a month. And my friends, please pray for me. Safety and all that good stuff. Pray that I don't go crazier than I already am. I'm kidding you. But anyways, I've really enjoyed this, and I look forward to when I get back in October. Either we'll probably play with a couple dates, late October, maybe early November. We will get this kind of out more on a regular basis, early in the morning. And for now, though, I think I'm going to do probably just, I might pop in, and you might get a Good Morning USA a couple times a week while I'm gone on vacation. But after that, when I come back to my home state, we will, I'll look at maybe producing this 4 to 5 days a week on a regular basis. And I look forward to coming to you and serving you and giving you the news is being as informatively as I can. So have you heard of well, I forgot what I was going to say now. Okay, that's unusual. But anyway, we'll do some good reports here. We'll come up with some interesting articles. And just a quick reminder again, seems to me, earlier today I heard something about President Trump's motorcade. Another car ran into it, and details are very sketchy. So if you guys know something about that, I didn't see it when I just did the news. So I'm unsure about this, and I would like to know something about a car hitting the motorcade. If they did that, I guess the Secret Service should just shoot the person and ask questions later, because that's the President of the United States. He must be protected. And again, keep him in your prayers. Keep President Trump in your prayers. All Hurricane Harvey victims, Hurricane Harvey survivors, and all the rescuers, everybody that's out there. We have some people that are out rescuing people in the flood ravaged areas, right from my hometown and even my home city. So please just keep all those people in your prayers, guys, your thoughts and prayers. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys coming to me and hearing what I've got to say. I hope you all have a great day. And again, I'm Mr. Nick for Good Morning USA. Have a great day, y'all. God bless you. I'm out.